loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today we're trying another new foundation that just hit the market and I can't wait to show you. So if you want to know more about that, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Alright y'all, so listen. Today we're going to be talking all about the new Charlotte Tilbury foundation, but there is some prep that needs to go into this that I was taught from the Charlotte Tilbury counter at Nordstrom. So as we speak, the foundation is on its way to me because my Sephora did not have it out, so I went and got a sample from Nordstrom and have been using that. But let's talk about the foundation first and the way that I was told to prep it, because there is some specific instructions. Okay. So it just launched yesterday or 2 days ago in Nordstrom, and that's why they couldn't give it to me until then. But it already has been on her website, but I didn't want to buy another one that just wasn't the right color, so I got matched by the professionals. Okay, so it's called the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. It is $44 and there is a pretty good range of colors. I really love the tones in the deeper and mid-tone skin ranges because they are so rich. I mean, I really wouldn't expect anything less from a makeup artist that creates her own line because she really does know undertones, so it's nice to see. I'll tell you my shade in just a second. But what they say about this is, it contains Charlotte's magic matrix of ingredients, the groundbreaking magic replexum to significantly reduce the appearance of wrinkles by up to 22% in 8 weeks. There's like a moss cell tech to boost hydration, and an air cool for instant fresh feel on the skin. There are 44 shades in this foundation. It says that it is sweat-proof, humidity-proof, waterproof, and transfer-resistant. But it's supposed to be extremely long-wearing and extremely full coverage. And for all skin types. That's what the young lady had said to me that matched me at the counter. To apply it, obviously, they say to use a brush, her brush. For me, I liked this application with a sponge because it was so full coverage, and for me it veered on more of like a soft matte finish. Again, I can't wait to show this to you. All right, but it does say to prep with her magic cream, and that is what the young lady had told me to do. So what I've done differently when I've used this foundation over the past couple of days is I actually put all my skincare on, and then I put my SPF on, and then I let my SPF sit and sink in, because you want the magic cream to be the last thing that goes on before the foundation, okay? And from what I can see, this foundation doesn't have any sunscreen in it. So I don't really know how you get around that. But here's my magic cream, and I'm gonna put this all over my face, over my sunscreen, which I would never do, but this is just honestly how I was told to do it, and it's the only way that I found that this foundation works. Her magic cream does have a lot of anti-aging benefits to it, collagen, peptides, things of that nature. It is definitely one of her flagship products. I just don't feel that magic cream is good for oily skin types. It is extremely hydrating and extremely dewy, glowy looking. I mean, it's a beautiful cream. It does have a little bit of a scent to it. So what the girl told me was to let this sit for 5 to 10 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so I'm back. It is 5 minutes later. I do want to talk you through a couple things. First of all, it's now up on the Nordstrom website so I can read to you. It's a hybrid skincare foundation, so that's why it's foundation and skincare. That's why she has all of her like proprietary blends of skincare in here. It does say that though it is a natural matte finish, so again, my skin type is dry to normal. So I wouldn't typically reach for a natural matte finish foundation. So I just want to put that out there. That's why the magic cream really helps me. But the thing that I've tried it by itself and it's too matte. I've tried it with her Wonder Glow primer, which is her illuminizing primer. That works really well. But what I've really been enjoying is combining it with her light Wonder, it's like a BB cream or CC cream or tinted moisturizer. It's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite products she makes. And so this is how I've used it, that I love. But I'm gonna show you two ways. So this side of the face, I'm gonna apply it directly to the skin, and then I am going with the cream, and then I'm going to combine it with Light Wonder because I want to show you the difference, because I know a lot of you guys are so excited about this, and I want to give you the best options possible. All right, so I'm just taking it out of the little tester guy, putting it on the back of my hand. And again, remember, this is a very full coverage foundation that dries down very quickly. So make sure you work in sections and don't apply too much at first, okay? So this is what we're doing. I'm just gonna tap it all over my face, and then I'm gonna take my beauty blender and push it into the skin, okay? It does go beautifully under the eyes, but it definitely needs some sort of slip underneath it, like the Magic Cream. It's just too dry without it. And I don't mean like dry, I mean it's a matte foundation. It's a semi-matte foundation, so of course it's going to lean towards a more of a, you know, drier or quicker dry down time. But isn't that color like kind of perfect? It matches really, really well on me. And today I am going to be using all Charlotte Tilbury products just because I have them, but I have used this with a couple different concealers and it works really well with others, so you don't have to necessarily use hers. My thing is just that, you know, you could absolutely use obviously different hydrating primers and of course a really great, you know, moisturizer, but if you are, oh, by the way, I don't like it with the Wonder Glow over my nose. I apply it straight. That's just a personal preference for me. But yeah, so it does definitely need a little bit of extra hydration, but just pick your favorite. The thing that I just don't think is necessary is to use it with her Magic Cream. This is my voice. Because we all know how to hydrate our skin. Just make sure you know that if you're gonna go for this and you have a normal to dehydrated skin type, you're gonna need to really prime that skin really well. Look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous, right? Okay, so now it still has a little bit of luminosity to it, but it's already drying down. The thing though, I notice when I wear it without anything underneath it, is that kind of where I'm starting to kind of get some crepiness in my skin, it kind of grabs to it. So that is why I enjoy adding Light Wonder to it. So here's a little bit more of the foundation just straight on my hand. And then I'm going to use Light Wonder in 5 medium. And I'm going to use more foundation than Light Wonder, so not equal parts. It just reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay foundation that just came out. But do you see how this side has a little bit more luminosity to it, and it gives it coverage, but it also shears it out just a little bit so you guys can see both sides. I do like, I will say, how the side with it just straight to the skin lays on the skin better in my opinion. But just wanted to show you kind of both ways. And you'll see throughout the day when we do check-ins, you won't notice the difference between the sides too much. It's more about adding a little bit of extra hydration into this matte foundation to make it work for my skin type. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go apply the rest of my makeup and I will show you how I set this. All right, so I just put concealer on my eyes and my brows. I have no powder on my face right now and I just wanted to kind of talk you through it. So this side is almost completely like dried down. It has just a tiny bit of like little bit of tack to it just from the Magic Cream underneath it, but this has a little bit more tack to it because we added hydration in. So when you're looking at me right now, I prefer this side in general, but this side feels better on the skin. I will be honest with you, I use her regular, her setting powder to set the face, but I loved it the best with my Hourglass ambient lighting powders because it just added that extra glow. But I don't want to put too much glow into this because I don't want to give you guys a false sense that this foundation is luminous or even skin-like glowy at all. So I don't have any powder on. I was just going to show you I'm using her magic powder and we're just going to buff that in real quick. That's it. And you could totally do this with your damp beauty blender as well. You could use, so if you're dehydrated or really, really dry, you could use your translucent setting powder with your damp beauty blender. All right, so here we are. This is what it looks like. I'll show you, of course, as always, in natural light. So yeah, I mean, it feels really lightweight. I think it's a pretty foundation. I really do. I think that she's done a very nice job on the formulation of it. I think it's easy to use. I do like that it has skincare benefits in it. It's not the cleanest foundation, but that's okay. It's up to you. It's your personal decision what you want to use on your skin. But for me, this would be an event type of makeup foundation, okay? So I would use this only for special occasions or when I was really kind of wanting to be a little bit more glam. You can see my imperfections through it a little bit. I could build this up a little bit right here more, but for me, it just gets a little heavy when I start to build it up, so I'm okay with that showing through. But yes, this is definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this in natural light. All right, loves, here we are in natural light. Everything is on. I just wanted to kind of show you. Let me open my door. It doesn't look like it's bright enough. There we go. All right, so here it is. This is what it looks like. It's just a very glam foundation, so I always like play up the lips when I wear more of a full coverage foundation. But yeah, I think it's a really pretty foundation. I'll show you how it looks throughout the day. I did get quite a bit of wear out of this, so this definitely is a longer wearing foundation. But I'll show you how it looks, but I also have had to kind of manipulate it throughout the day, and I'll talk to you about it as well. Let's see if it does it today, to be honest with you. It is 95 degrees today, so who knows? But here we are. This is what it looks like. Yeah. All right. See you guys in a little bit. Hi, loves. So I just wanted to give you a little check-in, a little update. Here is the foundation. Oh, I just ate. My lipstick is all over the place. Here is where we are at 4 hours in. It definitely is transfer resistant. It's not coming off on my phone or really even my hands. To me, it's looking really great still. Yep, pretty par for the course is my experience with this. It looks pretty much the same. So far, so good. I'll see you guys in a few hours. All right, so literally it is 11 hours later. So this is 11 hours total of wear. My best friends came into town, so it has gotten a little bit later than expected, and I've been having a great time, but this is how the foundation looks. I have you up close and personal. It has gotten a lot more dewy than it actually initially started, which I'm actually not mad at. It really looks good on the skin. It definitely has come off though around the nose and the mouth area. You can see it's significantly more dewy around this area, but here it looks good. So would I say it's a super long wearing foundation? I would say that it has good wear, but we've really given it a good test ride today, 11 hours. But I think it looks really pretty. It wears really well. So let me know if you guys have tried this foundation. I would love to know for your skin type if this has worked for you. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. So thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.